Lancashire are historically one of the better teams in English cricket. A long lineage of success is falling on hard times and currently are finding themselves relegated to Division 2 in real life. They need a rebuild. And this brand new series is 5 seasons in this one episode that goes live, where we try and build a team through transfers that can win the domestic first class county championship competition without managing the games. Now you ask me how that is done, and it's done by setting yourselves up that you only play the one-day games, which don't really matter. So essentially it's all about the transfers, and then the AI picks the team out the players that you've got. Now we've got some interesting players on our books. Keaton Jennings is an absolute beast in county championship cricket. In the 5 seasons we've got to complete this challenge. Is he still going to be there in 5 years' time? He's going to be 37, so he might last the test of time. We've got Josh Bohannon, who's going to be an absolute staple of this, hopefully going through his peak years. We've got young players like Rocky Flintoff coming through, age 16 on the game. George Balderson's an all-rounder that we can show some trust in and is only 23 years old. But we do have concerns about the majority of the top 6 and piecing together what it's going to look like. With the ball, young Tom Aspinwall looks really good in real life. But we've got a lot of ageing players. Bailey is now 33 years old. Nathan Lyon, Saqib Mahmood has got injury problems. So in 5 years, this team is going to look completely different. And it's quite the fall from grace for Lancashire because they have been a top 5 team for the previous 3 seasons before this year's relegation. So year 1, we can't make any changes. It's the team as is, and it's going to give us a baseline of what we've got to work with. Let's go. The main goal of Season 1 is hopefully this team does not get relegated. We're 9 games down as we go into the ODI break. We are 2-5-2. And there's no surprises that Josh Bohannon is king at the moment. But then there is a huge fall off in quality with Tom Hartley averaging 69. But overseas players like Tom Bruce averaging 30, Hurst averaging 32, Singh 27. There's huge gaps. With the ball, James Anderson still rolling back the years. We may get a couple of years out of him. Will Williams averaging 29 is pretty good, but Bailey averaging 40, Lyon averaging 43, leaves a lot to be desired. Okay, so end of the season and we just managed to hold on to Division 1 status. This is going to be huge because we don't waste a season trying to get re-promoted. We can start building towards a bigger and better first class team. The Royal London Cup was absolutely shambolic with us finishing in 8th. And the T20 Blast, we didn't even make it out the group stage, finishing in 8th. Luce Deploy and Daniel Bell-Drummond had an absolute field day in the competition. Talking about the bat, we've got significant problems. We only got 24 batting points. You don't score enough runs, you're not going to win many games of cricket. I think the question is, what do we like about it? If we start off from openers, we tried 5 different openers throughout the season. We didn't touch on Luke Wells at the start, but he only averaged 22. Phil Salt averaged 29. Balderson 18. Harry Singh 30. Keaton Jennings 1,000 runs, an average of 39.5. So it still remains the same. We need another opener. Looking at the 3 to 6, Josh Bohannon averaged 59. Cocker, who's only 20 years old, scored 1,000 runs and averaged 63. So that's a good performance. Josh Butler isn't going to be available for us very often, but played 4 games here, scored 500 runs. That's very good. Venkatesh Iyer was very good, averaging 40 when he played. Liam Livingston averaged 34 when he played. But Tom Bruce was a very poor overseas signing, averaging 31. Hurst scored 255 runs and averaged 42 as well. So it's not horrendous what we've just seen. And Tom Hartley's bat between 7 and 11 in the order is absolutely phenomenal. With the ball, Nathan Lyon pulled it back for 57 wickets, but these averages are atrocious. Bailey averaging 40, Lyon averaging 41, Will Williams averaging 33, Tom Hartley 32. So I think if Nathan Lyon goes, Tom Hartley becomes the number 1 spinner. But also calls out, we're crying out for some seamers because Luke Wood isn't a first-class seamer on the game. Saqib Mahmood, obviously injury problems, England call-ups. In fact, Nathan Lyon. So this is the player ratings on this system, which you can get access to through our Buy Me a Coffee site, link below. Keaton Jennings was the best player. This is done off the Cricket Drafts algorithm for working out statistics. Tom Bailey, best all-rounder. Nathan Lyon, best bowler. And this is from the games that we played in. So where are we? We're near the bottom. We only played against some teams twice, some teams once, but 4th from bottom. And then in terms of bowling average, again, about 4th worst. But definite room for improvement as we come to the contracts. Croft retires, but it also gives us a good opportunity to get rid of some people. I do think George Balderson's going to add some value here. Rocky Flintoff will hopefully building up to be one for the future. Now, he played 3 games, average 14, not great. He averaged 36 in second team cricket in his life and averaged 50 this year. So there is something brewing. Aspinwall's one for the future for us. Liam Livingstone's going to play when he's around. And hopefully Josh Boyden can grow into a better cricketer. Youth intake-wise, we've got a couple of really good players. So Cocker is one that I've touched on who I'm absolutely cock-a-hoop about. And Pratchett, I think we can let go with a 31 second team average. Isn't quite going to be good enough. So first thing I always do is when I'm looking for a transfer, go to the youth screen and see which players. Now what you generally find is that it takes the second round. So after you press continue, that's when you get the best players coming through. But there is a guy called here, A Mount. He's 39,000, averaging 61 in second team domestic cricket. Okay, if we can pull this off, this could be a really good signing for us. So we've got Lewis Deploy up for grabs. He's away for the England 100, but I'm okay with that. Most runs in the country last year. That fills an opener void, which is huge for us. But we also need some bowling. I think Tom Laws is going to be an absolute stud on the game. So I'm going to give him 3 years. Big contracts, but we've got budget. Oh, Mount wants more money. So he's definitely worth it. Ken going in at 44. We're going to go in about 48. We get Deploy. And Tom Laws wants more money as well. We're going to have to go over 50. Surrey want to hold on to him. So it means we've only got 1 transfer option for this round. So 2 of them carry over. And there we go. There's the bowler. 49,000. We look at Pete Fallis. He's got a 36 strike rate with the ball, averaging 19. He's got to be the guy. Everyone is after him. So we're going to spend big. Hopefully it pulls off. We get Mount, we get Tom Laws, and we get Fallis. And we're going to wait one more move in market. We're going after George Garton. Garton, 48 wickets at 26 last year. He is expensive. He goes at over 4s. Strike rate bowler. I firmly believe the strike rate wins games on this. So we're going in for him. We get him. Babar Azam signs for Notts. Okay, start of season number 2. It's looking like a Phil Salt, George Balderson top of the order. Jennings out injured. How long's Jennings out for? Because he's going to be huge for us. 2 days bruising. Might be back for the first game. Josh Bohannon will slide in at 3. Lewis Deploy will be there. Cocker's going to be there. Love a bit of this. What a start to the young man's career. Mount is going to come in. So, young signing that we've made, 48.5 grand. It's a lot of capital to spend, but the future could be very, very big with him. We started pumping something into Matty Hurst as well. He averages 37 and he's got time on his side. He is young. He's only 21 years old, already on 24.5 grand. Tom Laws is going to come in and be the all-rounder slot. Tom Hartley does get the first choice spinner, which is what we want. We've still got a bit of James Anderson on the bench. Saqib Mahmood is fit. And we've got Fallis as well, who we've been pumping aggressive bowling into. Tom Laws has done their fast bowling aggression to their limit. Here we go. Season number 2. I feel we've made improvements to the top 6. We've made some improvements to the bowl. And I think I'm going to be happy if I can wind up in 5th or 6th this season. Okay, we get up to the 1st of August. Domestic table is looking in 2nd position. Let's go, Lancashire. Let's go. 141 points, 5 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw. Cocker leading the way. 1,208 runs, sitting 2nd in the country. 955 runs by Bohannon, 954 by Deploy. And Tom Laws, what a signing. He's sitting on 66 wickets, the most in the country. Fallis, our new young player, has already gone over 50 wickets. He's averaging 30, but I don't mind. We did pass up on the option to buy a Liam Patterson-White. Maybe a little bit of a mistake there. But that is an excellent start to the campaign. Balderson averaging 38 is pretty good from 10 games for him. Butler coming in for 8 games, averaging 56. Keaton Jennings averaging 43. Salt 40 when he plays. There's a lot to like about this. The bowling, though, there's still a few gaps going on. Tom Laws 72 wickets if we do just the first cast campaign, averaging 28. Fallis good. George Garton, George Balderson, so they're not quite getting the balance of the team right, and the split in time between Bailey, Williams, Anderson, all going over 48, 40, 60 for Jimmy. And also Fallis is being picked by the England test team. That causes a problem because you bring in these players and you need game time for them to get better and to make you better, but he's already got 2 test matches to his name, which goes to show we need some depth. But also, his contract will be picked up by England at some stage, like Keaton Jennings is on an England contract. Wow, didn't see that coming. But that basically means they're free to you, which is huge, like Josh Butler. Okay, safe to say the Royal London Cup did not go well, but that's not the be-all and end-all. It's a county championship game. We got to the quarterfinals of the T20 Cup, but can we, in 3 games, close down a deficit of 18 points on Durham? We have slipped down to 3rd. It's a hell of an effort coming from 8th in a team that in real life was relegated. I think we've done pretty well there. But batting points are up from 29 quite nicely. Most runs in... Oh, Rishi Patel. He was up for grabs and I didn't pick him. Maybe missed out. Cocker got stuck. I don't think he went and played some one-day and T20 cricket. So again, we're going to use another good young player. Bohannon with over 1,000 runs. I love to see that. Tom Laws drops down to 2 in the championship wicket charts. Fallis with 73 in total, but 3 test matches to his name. So although we've got great players, it's going to be hard to keep building. So you need to find good players that can play championship cricket. Deploy slightly disappointing with 978 runs. I would have expected a few more. Jennings 932, very, very good. But the bowling has got heaps of concern wrapped around it. Laws superb. Fallis superb, but going to lose him to international cricket. Garton was terrible. Hartley was good, but only played 3 games. So we rely on someone like a George Balderson who averaged 78 in the championship and Garton averaging 40. So we definitely need more bowling. And I think we need another bat. But in terms of how we've progressed over the season, so we averaged 29 season 1. Season 2 we've averaged 37 with the bat. We've scored 104.8% at the time, which is slightly up, but 50 plus per innings, up about 8%. So that's a massive increase for us. Really happy with that. And you can see a stark difference in where we started to where we are now. Likewise, with the ball, we went up. We went from a 34.33 average to a 35 average. Economy rate went up. Strike rate came down. So we've got strike rate bowlers, but no control, going at 3.9 and over. Still need an opener to go with Keaton Jennings. Balderson. I do feel our 3 to 7 is quite consistent at the moment with Deploy, Butler, Cocker, Bohannon, Hurst averaging 48 when he plays. Balderson, no, that's balls per out. Hurst averaging 32. So there is a little bit of a come down. But W. Scargill averaging 156 with 469 runs, who is only 21 years old. I think he might have just come through our youth intake. But if he has, he looks a stud. So George Bell's going to get another contract. He's not... like 1 game in there, but yeah, just going to hold on to him. Morley, again, not really playing. We've got a squad size of 26. Sutton is 25 and not playing any cricket. Scargill, a 54 average in second team cricket is worth its weight in gold. And I think Fonseca I'm going to let go as well. He's not played for us, so we don't need him. But it's whether there's any upturn. He averaged 26. Now, I think we try and repurpose those funds somewhere else. As always, starting on the second team averages, and there's a guy called Lang coming through averaging 68. 68 in second team cricket is a big deal. So another young player. Jordan Cox is a first class opener here. That's different. So he's an exceptional player. 1,415 runs at an average of 52 last year with 4 centuries. Or we go for a Jake Libby. Jake Libby's a few years older, so I think Jordan Cox, we might lose him to England duty, but Cox is the guy we're going with to try and come in and open. And there's not a lot of bowlers that's done anything this year. If we look at just the England first class competition, looking at the averages, Oliveira averaging 45, Lyndon James averaging 50, Middleton averaging 24. Only 20 years old. Maybe there's something pretty special there. Let's just look at his second team stats as well. Averages 35 in second team, so I feel like it might be a blip. It's a glitch in the matrix. He's not quite that good. Jacob Lintott has put up some exceptional numbers, but he is 32 years old. So I'm going to hold on the bowlers for now. I'm going to take Cox. I'm going to take Lang. And we get Lang, and Cox wants more money. I should have guessed this. I should have actually pumped some more money in to save us for the next round. So do we get any new youth intake players? Yes, we do. There's another absolute beast here. Kay Wilkinson, 39 games, averages 13 with a 31 strike rate, and he is going for absolute dollar bills. We're going 74 grand. He's a game changer. Also, I want to take a look at Robertson here. He's 22 grand, but he averages 59. Or there's Ewing, who averages 50. Both exceptional records. Let's just have a look at Robertson. He's a first class number 5, which is actually what we need. I normally need a 3. So I think Robertson's the guy I'm going to try and pick up. So we got Jordan Cox. We can't afford Wilkinson, and we get Robertson. We've got 30 grand. Oh, we've fluffed the lines here. We need to raise... How much is he going for? 67. We need an extra 40 grand. We can get it up to 70 by working the budget. Can we get him for 3 years? We've got him. Some big time signings going on there. So Scargill looks like he's the real deal. We're going to use the off season to try and improve him. Rocky Flintoff gets a little bit of improve. Oh, he's already done his fast bowling and offside. That's a good place to be. Mount can continue to grow. Robertson, we bought him, so we're going to give him the offside treatment. Jordan Cox is only 24 years old, so there should be some room to grow there. In Wilkinson and Fallis, I firmly believe that we might have 2 of the best bowlers in the country within seasons. Tom Laws needs to just keep working. He went at 4.3 and over. His strike rate's maxed out, so I'm going to do defensive bowling. And we're off for the winter. Okay, season number 3 and a chance to grow from 3rd in the table. The team as it's look... Oh my days, there is huge change. I can't quite work out what it's going to do at the top of the order. Because at the moment it's got Cocker, Deploy, Mount and Scargill. So Lang, who we've just spent big on, doesn't look like he's going to play. Josh Butler's available, so he's going to play. Jennings will open. Josh Behan doesn't look like he's in the team at the moment. We've got Laws, Wilkinson and Fallis, our 2 young studs, Hartley and Saqib Mahmood. That's not bad. Jimmy Anderson is still here, aged 43. 9 wickets at 65 last year, still cashing a paycheck. Season 4. Let's go. Okay, halfway stage. We are top of the table. 3 seasons it's taken, and we find ourselves top by 12 points from Warwickshire and Essex, just behind them by another 20. So it's looking like a 1-2 finish. In terms of runs, there's Keaton Jennings with 938. Lion Catchit. That's the best name I've ever seen on the game. Okay, so in terms of runs, Singh is opening... Wow. So Jordan Cox isn't playing. He must be on international duty pretty much all the time. So Jennings and Singh both averaging 50. Behanin averaging 46. So it's very hard at the start of the season to work out what the computer's going to do with your team. Deploy averaging 34, Cocker 46, Lang's coming in averaging 50. Butler, when he plays, is a stud. So is Phil Salt. Scargill disappointing, averaging 24 after that first season burst. Tom Laws continues to impress. 53 wickets leading the team. Wilkinson and Fallis both played 8 games, both with 34 wickets. Wilkinson, you've got a little bit more well-rounded, whereas Fallis going at 4.18 and over is pretty poor. Tom Hartley's having his best season yet with 26 wickets at 26. And George Gordon's 1 we're going to let go. Maybe there's a learning curve there of me not signing people up to these massively 3-year-long deals and banking on them. Okay, slightly better in the One Day Cup, a 3-5 record. And we made it all the way to the final of the T20 Blast, where we got P. Singhed. Wow, 26 years old. He smashes 129 off 67. Fallis, Wilkinson, Laws all playing Balderson, Hartley's pretty much our first class bowling attack, really. And with the bat, Jordan Cox is there. Really disappointed the computer's not picking him to open the batting generally. Lang gets the nod as opener in T20 cricket as well. So let's go. End of the season. Can we get our first trophy? Just 6 points clear with 3 games to go. And the answer is no. We've been pipped by a point from Warwickshire right at the end. And in fact, oh my days, it went down to the wire. They beat us in the final game of the season. We got rolled for 182. Singh, Cocker, Lang, Deploy, all failing. They go big, and we've got pretty much... What's Cocker doing bowling 9 overs? What is that? What? You're not a bowler. Literally not a bowler. He's bowling in the biggest game of the season. Will Rhodes, 194. He's gone big before. Remember, Bob Willis Trophy final. We don't get enough, and they knocked them off. That's a great effort, but we're so close. I think we're just 1 or 2 signings now away from really cementing ourselves as probably the big cheese of first-class cricket. Singh top scored with 1,000 runs. That's a hell of an effort. Keaton Jennings, very good again. Josh Bohannon, very good again. Deploy, I think I gave him that big 3-year deal. He's not returning on 3 years investment. Average 35, average 57 the year before. Okay, so maybe 1 year's pretty good. Butler's good when he plays. Cocker 37. Lang averaging 46 when he comes in good. Scargo, I touched on before, had a relatively poor campaign. And with the ball, Tom Laws, Fallis and Wilkinson, fantastic. Hartley, fantastic. Fifth bowler role was intermittent. Galton averaged 37. Bailey 50. Saqib Mahmood 61. Will Williams 62. I think these guys can go. Anderson 8 wickets at 27. Probably capping off at 44 years old. An incredible career with 57 fifers and 1,200 wickets. There was some interesting performances throughout the year. We lost to Middlesex by an innings, who got promoted, and then went and stuffed, next to last game of the season, Nottinghamshire, thanks to our incredible bowling attack. I feel the bowling attack is absolutely world class. Okay, so batting unit solidified itself this year, averaging 37 again. Slightly less hundreds and 50s, which is a concern. Both of them slightly down, but 2 excellent seasons. And with the ball, we had a strike rate and an economy rate issue. But an average of 34, strike rate 61, economy rate down to 3.33, which is our best season ever from an economy rate perspective. You will kind of want to be in this bottom left-hand side is the ideal. So maybe some good strides there as well. And just talking of the bowler, so Laws, Fallis, absolutely exceptional. Like, no qualms there. Bailey, he's played 20 games. He's got to go. When his contract's up, he's got to go. James Anderson, I might just hold him just for the old time's sake. Tom Hartley, not bad. But if there's a good spinner that comes up, I might look to change. Will Williams, when he plays 45 wickets at 38's got to go. Galton's got to go, averaging 39. And Saqib Mahmood has got to go, averaging 40. If we look at everyone with over 10 wickets taken, Wilkinson down here, incredible economy rate is pretty superb. You kind of want to be lower down though, under this 55 banner. So that takes out Balderson, Mahmood, Bailey, Lyon, Williams, who we've talked about. So if we look at everyone just down here, we can see actually that Fallis is probably the best bowler. His strike rate down near 45 is incredible. Laws at 43 is incredible. Also, Luke Wood, when he's played, he's only taken 11 wickets, but great strike rate, economy rate through the roof. Okay, so just looking at our top 7 batters with at least 300 runs, we've got some great performers going on here. Butler averages 54 with 3 centuries. Cocker averaging 52. Bohannon averaging 50. Jennings down at 43, but mainstay at the top of the order. But the ones that cause you concern are these guys. So Luke Wells, George Balderson, I think have got to move on. Tom Bruce, we've moved on from. Mount, very poor, only averaged 28. Hurst averaging 32. Singh's improved though. But everyone this side, I don't think there's any qualms about how good they are. What's Singh done? It's taken him 3 seasons But first season he averaged 27, then 22, but it's come out big time, averaging 50. 3 centuries to his name as well. You see his average going through the roof. But his form dipped off. There was 141 against Notts. Maybe a couple more centuries in there would be a good thing. Really cashed in against Worcestershire, averaging over 170. See that cumulative average on the rise. Strike rate on the rise as well. And he's got a career average of 38, but over the last 30 innings, he's averaged more than that. Tom Bailey has retired, so that's good news. Josh Bohannon, we've got 2 seasons left. Bohannon is going to get the 2-year treatment. Singh is going to get a 2-year treatment. Luke Wells is going to go. Hurst, I'm going to hold on to for... I'm just going to give him 1 year. And everyone else is going to go. Youth intake-wise as well, we dropped the amount of budget that we had last time around. I need to pump it back up this time. But nothing of quality coming through. Squad size is looking quite depleted. We actually do need 28. So I might just give a couple of cheap contracts out to people, just to keep us with enough players to cover all the different formats that we've got to do. So it leaves us 382 grand, and we're up to the right amount of players that we need. Youth intake wise, there's nothing outstanding and no bowlers. I touched on him earlier. Zach Lyon Catchit, 1,604 runs at an average of 51.74. Looks like a bloody good player. Ollie Robinson's available. Don't know what went on last year. 16 wickets at 46, 37 at 30 odd the year before. So something's obviously a little bit awry, but there's not a lot of good bowlers there. The only one that takes my fancy is a Dan Douthwaite. He's a strike rate guy on the game, but I don't think that's a smart choice. Liam Dawson's a little bit old in the tooth this far into the game. He's 36. Last year, 31 at 31. We don't really need him. So I think Lion Catch is definitely the guy to go for here. Dom Sibley is very good on the game. Average, he's 31 years old. Average 50 last year with 6 centuries. I just wonder whether we give Sibley a year. Okay, so we've got Lion Catch and we've got Dom Sibley. Let's see if anything else has come out on the market. Nothing in terms of youth intake. And we've got a couple of bowlers. We've got a Ben Aitchison averaging 34. Zach Chappell averaging 50. Corvallis 32 at 30. I had him at Sussex last year. Is Craig Overton done? He could be a good signing for us because he adds back 27 at 51, 73 at 30. He looks like he's kind of done as well. So there's no one really averaging under 20. Josh Hall's there. Has he had a little boost in the game to be better? It doesn't look like it. Ben Rain is 35. Is there another season in him? He's not really played much cricket on the game. We've gone with an overseas signing. Hopefully, we're bringing in Big Wes Agar. I quite rate him in real life. 11 wickets at 29, 31 at 21. If we get him, he's going to add stability to the bowling. We've got him. That could be a big signing. And we're done with 274 left in the transfer kitty for next year for one last big push. Here we go. Season number 4. Lancashire second. The rise has been good. 8-3-2. Please never let them select George Balderson again. Be interesting to see what it makes of Zach Lyon Catchit. Does Dom Sibley get any cricket? Jordan Cox, does he get any cricket? And what happens with Big Wes Agar? Let's go. Okay, find ourselves in the title race again. 23 points behind Northamptonshire, which is an interesting one. What are we getting? We're getting a lot from Josh Bohannon. Cocker, Deploy good, Singh good, Line Catchit good, Jennings good. The batting seems fine. With the ball, Wilkinson's only played 2 games. Aha. That's a problem. So I assume he's on England duty. Yep, 15 test matches, age 24 to his name already. Is Fallis on international duty? 23 games as well. So 100 test wickets already. Wow, that's happened pretty fast. Garton's getting way too much cricket. Hartley's not great. Yeah, we're struggling for depth with the ball and quality. Okay, so Royal London Cup goes as well as it normally does. A 2-6 record. The blast we made the semi-final. We have been a good team in blast cricket the last couple of years. Quarter-final, runner-up. Now a semi-final to our name. We've got to knock off a trophy. 2 seasons less. We've got 3 games left of the season to catch Northants. And we don't do it. Northants steamroller home, won 241 points. Fair play to them. I believe that is their first ever county championship victory. Josh Bohannon, 1,200 runs, in the top 3 run scorers in the country again, which is a great effort. Okay, as a team, the batting average slightly down. Strike rate was up to an all-time high. Oh, that was 2025. They were the good years. 2027, middling year. Averaging 35, strike rate 57, middle of nowhere. And with the ball, we averaged 31. So we actually had a much better year. We were slightly expensive at 3.81. But, yeah, strike rate down to 50 is quite reasonable. This is everyone with 500 runs from our team. So you can see Salt, Butler, Cocker, Bohannon. Lyon Catchett had an incredible season. Lewis Deploy averaging 45. Like, not every season's been his best, but we've got good batters. This is everyone with 26 wickets or more for us. You see Fallis right down here. His strike rate is phenomenal. Anderson's strike rate was actually pretty good at a 52. Tom Law's great. George Gorton just so expensive. For the strike rate, he's so expensive. Wes Agar had a really good campaign. Happy with that. We've got 1 season to go and we've got to go big with our contracts. Anderson's retired. Oh my days, and everyone's contract is up. Youth intake coming through? Not bad. Not great. George Garton we're definitely going to let go. Same with George Balderson. He's not done enough for us, really. Average... Nah. So we've got a squad size of 26. We've got 319,000 to go and win the county championship in the final year. There's not much bowling going on. Kelvin Harrison is available. 68 wickets at 21 last year. He's had a couple of bad years as well. So, is he the guy? 68 at 21. He's 29 years old, so he's getting to the peak. So, just going to do a little bit of that. James Rue's available. I'm not going to miss out on that opportunity. And then there's a couple of guys. Joe Clark is available. He's a cracking player on the game. Brooke Guest is available. Again, he's a great player on the game. Also, wicket keeper. If Butler's not available, we've got a great wicket keeper. I think that's a good decision. So we get Kelvin Harrison. We get James Rue, who can also keep, and we've got Brooke Guest. The reason for getting another one is Rue might go on international duty. Sam Cook's available. We're going to try and snap him up. Liam Patterson-White that would be a good signing. And perennial run scorer, all-rounder, Ryan Higgins. We get Cook, we get White, we get Higgins. We've still got 57,000 to play with. I'm happy. I'm happy with the team. There we go. Final season. So here we go, the Rise and Rise, an 8-3-2-2 quarter-final, runner-up, semi-final of the T20 Blast. We're down to 1 season only. Can we go and win something with a 4-star Lancashire team? With Tom Hartley, Fallis and Wilkinson all on test team at the moment, and Tom Law's out injured for 2 weeks. Second, 3 games to go. But Yorkshire are on an absolute tear. 11 from 11. They've got a chance of going all the way. And we close it out with a 3rd place finish. Not quite good enough to get it across the line. The Royal London Cup were better. We're 4-3-1. That's not a bad performance. The Blast quarter-finals. So after 5 years of rebuilding Lancashire, we don't get it done. The batting looks very good again, but the ball, better. Not a bad season. The batting overall, we averaged 35, and to be honest, in 4 of the seasons we averaged more than 35. We 36 that last season. So I think overall we've had a good performance with the bat. We've signed a lot of very good batting players. The problem for us was having a bowling unit on the field consistent enough. We averaged 33 overall. 2 seasons we was only better than 33. This one we was. 2028. Economy rate down, but strike rate needed to be better. Seeing some high quality performers as well. Josh Bohannon, 5,000 runs. What a performance that is, 15 centuries. Jennings was amazing with 43 average. Cocker averaging 51 was superb. Singh averaging 39 was good. And Deploy 41, I think I gave slightly longer I could have changed that up. Butler was great when he played. Scargill averaged 42. But we had too much of this. George Balderson averaging 28. Tom Law's very good, averaging 25 down the order. James Rue came in and averaged 49. So just a lot to like about what we did with the bat. I think the problems came when it came to the ball. Law's 252 wickets at 32, great. All-rounder type role, all-rounder type performance. Fallis 225 at 26, brilliant. Wilkinson, we just couldn't get on the pitch enough. Only 19 games, but he was good when he was there. Galton was a bad signing. 83 wickets at 38 is pretty average. Tom Hartley, 82 at 31, not great. Liam Patson-White, we should have made that signing earlier. 67 at 28 was very good performance. Bailey was poor. Anderson was poor. Lyon was poor. Williams was poor. Wes Agar, 45 at 31, isn't all that. Calvin Harrison, 32 at 33, was probably a wasted signing. And Sam Cook, 36 at 28, was pretty good. Wilkinson and Cook, probably hang your hat on this. You'd be very happy. Player rankings across the 5 seasons. Don't know why we've got a random 0 season. Josh Bohannon, 2 times winner of the Batting Golden Bat or Platinum Bat Award. Jennings won it in the final year. Bowling Awards, Tom Laws won it twice. That's a good effort. And All-Rounder Awards, no one won it more than once. Just looking at the All-Rounders tab as well. Tom Hartley averaged 30 with the bat. And Laws 25 with the bat. And both of them had decent bowling averages as well. But overarching, pretty disappointed we didn't go on and win something. But that is 5 years of Lancashire rebuild done. Are they in a better place than when they first started? Yes. Did they win anything? No. Did I enjoy doing it? Yes. Please let me know down below what you think of this series, whether you'd want to see more of it, what other teams you would like me to take on and try and rebuild in 5 seasons. We'll see you next time.